force of the winds and the force of the shock of the explosion of the buildings coming down. Just take a look at this, if you will. That's 110 stories of steel, concrete, glass, and electrical circuits collapsing to the ground in what amounted to be a heartbeat. And then all of that smoke and all of that dust and all of that debris began to explode out from the base of the building through the canyons of lower Manhattan. And no one expected it would happen as swiftly as it did, obviously. And that's what they're trying to deal with down there, and there still is an enormous amount of debris in the air and certainly on the ground. The financial institutions that are located there have established 1-800 numbers, and they're calling their workers. This is the plane, the second plane that went in. Still is hard to imagine, isn't it? And obviously there was somebody at the controls who knew exactly what he wanted to do in this case, which was to drive that plane into the second of the twin trade towers. We were all still dealing with the stunning effect of the first attack when that happened. And then 18 minutes later, the second plane goes in. And when that was reported, I thought it was a wild rumor. And then at 9:30, Jim Eklashevsky said there's been some kind of an explosion at the Pentagon. In fact, it was a plane that crashed into that. Later, we heard that a United Airlines plane had crashed outside of Pittsburgh. It was en route from Boston from Newark to Los Angeles. It was United Flight 93. Going from Newark to Los Angeles. It went down after a passenger on board using his cell phone radioed frantically, "We're being hijacked, we're being hijacked." Virginia Cha, you're in Midtown?
See the skyline of lower Manhattan behind me, the familiar twin towers of the World Trade Center gone, obliterated, and we're not used to seeing that. And the smoke you referred to, the billowing cloud of gray smoke, continuously spreading up into the air for about the last 6 hours. That smoke filled with soot and ash, and most of the folks who are down there working rescue and either wearing gas masks or masks like these just in order to breathe as they work down there. It is the most horrible devastation I've ever personally witnessed firsthand. I was on foot this morning heading down to the World Trade Center area to meet a crew to cover this story when it first broke. On foot because all transportation shut down, police barricades, no way to get in by car. And as I walked down toward that area, thousands of people were streaming toward me, going away from that area, trying to escape the devastation and the potential danger. As I walked toward it, we all heard a rumble. There had been one tower still standing at that point, and we turned and gasped in just a horrific sight, as you've seen many times throughout the day. You've been watching that tower just cascading down, people watching from about 20 blocks north in relative safety saying, "Oh my God," tears, screaming. Unbelievable that there would be people in that building and near the building whose fate it was almost inevitable that they were going to be severely injured or killed. As far as the casualties, the numbers are trickling in, but of course very difficult because the rescue effort has been hampered because of the potential for danger. When we were down there, police continued to move us north, so we would be in one area considered safe, and then moments later they would come and move us a couple of blocks north more, saying that there was potential for more explosion. This was after both towers had already fallen. So it's difficult for them to get in. There have been hundreds of people taken to area hospitals, critically injured, as well as people who have not made it. And as far as people that may be still trapped or dead in the rubble, that information is still coming to us very slowly, Tom.